Final fight here, we got Animal Crossing here, and we got Saturday Night Special, CZW Fight TV. But no, I know there's a big game my way. Oof. Anthony Gangone, a man I know very well. But Anthony Gangone is just a boss battle, and I've dealt with those before. Final fight, maybe not an Animal Crossing, but Anthony Gangone, please, no. Leroy Green is a big game player. Leroy Green is the big game player. I'll see you soon, buddy. Now let's play.
All right, let's get on to our second contest for CZW's Saturday Night Special. The following match is scheduled for one fall with a 15-minute time limit.
And here he comes, big game Leroy Green. Now, I've got to admit something here. I don't believe in his wrestling style, but he is my girlfriend's son's favorite wrestler.
Currently in the ring, fighting out of Nintendo World NYC, this is big game Leroy Green.
Now, even I'm aware, this guy went viral. You're telling me he's your girlfriend's son's favorite wrestler?
Yes.
That sounds like you're jealous.
Not at all, not at all. Because this is his problem. He concentrates too much on that Switch and playing video games instead of wrestling. This is the Combat Zone, kid.
It works for him, and he's inspiring the next generation. You have to either go with the flow, change with the times, or be left behind, my man.
I think he's going to be left behind because he's going to kick him in the face.
And his opponent.
Now here comes a man that I know a lot about, because this man helped open my eyes to the travesty that DJ High was perpetrating here at Combat Zone Wrestling.
All right, we'll talk more about it as we await the entrance here. CZW on Fight.
And his opponent. Currently making his way to the ringside area, being accompanied by the baddest bitch on the block, Valentina Vazquez. He is the one above them all, Anthony Gangone!
And Gangon, the man that let us know that DJ Hyde is ruining this company and helped me take it back over. I'm a fan.
Well, Anthony Gangone is known throughout the wrestling world. I've had exposure to Gangone for the better part of a decade now, and there's something about different types of fighters, different type of wrestlers. Some are special, some are unique. Both these guys in the ring right now, as well as Valentina, there's something special about them.
What's special about Leroy is I guarantee he gets kicked in the face playing that dang game.
That dang game, did you say?
Yes, I'm officially old.
And here we go. Bell rings. Now, in the rules, and this has been verified throughout several different promotions, there is nothing about having a mobile device in a match. It does not classify as a foreign object because when the rule book was written, there weren't mobile devices, so there was nothing allotted for it.
I personally think that the referee should actually remove it from him. I don't care what the rule book says.
As long as it's not used to hit, hinder, or in any way tip the match in a momentum in favor of the one using it.
It's tipping the favor of everyone watching this right now. How is he still playing? What is he doing?
Listen, there's sensory overload. The people learn differently now. There's an entire culture that can do, multitasking 3-4 things at once, but they need to have their senses engaged. Oh, and there is definitely an engagement of the senses.
Absolutely. Kid, put down the damn video game. Oh.
Here, crucifix, roll up, shoulders down. Let's talk a little bit about the adornment there on Gangone's right arm.
Oh yes, Gangon is known for having shoulder injuries. I mean, Gangon actually had a series of matches with Matt Tremont that actually, where he was put through flaming tables, where he got kicked in the face like that, and the shoulder dislocated 3 or 4 times is my understanding. So that actually helps his shoulder stay in place during matches.
I don't mean to chuckle there, but just as Gangone picked his head up, Green was on the apron there and has not dropped the game. It is absolutely amazing what the next generation of fighters can do here in CZW.
And that's why he's my girlfriend's son's favorite wrestler. wait, is Valentina got a switch too?
She does, and Valentina Vazquez, she kind of goes, that face can get you in trouble.
And not just the face, but I'm not going to say
but
anything.
Let me tell you something. And you mentioned that she has the switch as well. It's part of this generation. I think they understand something that the previous doesn't. Schoolboy, understood by all, roll through there by Green. Puts a pause. Passes the game up. See, now there it's being used as an advantage. There I agree with you. Is it enough? No.
And that's the problem with this generation. The rules only apply when they want them to apply. He's a cheater. He's a thief. And Valentina. Hi, Valentina.
I mean, like I said, just driving down the street, you say, how old is that girl? Should she be wearing that? You know, I mean, this is a very interesting picture to me. Somewhat disturbing.
Oh, speaking of disturbing, I think Green's teeth were just disturbed out of his mouth.
Fair enough, as both fighters now fall to the floor here. And this is where Gangon definitely has an advantage. This is where it separates, pardon the expression, the men from the boys, because now you have a savvy veteran, an angry man. Gangon has this bitter way about him. He really has a lot of his claws in this industry and feels he deserves something. And right now, Leroy Green is on the receiving end of Anthony Gangon's inner anger.
Absolutely. He calls himself the one above the rest because he truly believes it. He's bitter that he hasn't been put in those positions before. And Leroy calls himself big game, and this is not a game, kid. You better get in the ring and keep the switch on the outside.
Look at how Gangon just laid in wait. And now, nothing pretty, just boots stomping straight up. Gangon's smart now. You see exactly what he's doing. Takes the referee with him, but Vazquez is smart as well. You know, a lot of times managers, seconds, valets, they'll jump in and try to give the advantage there. But Valentina was smart. She saw that, didn't need it, so to speak. Valentina just nicely on the outside, doing her thing.
Doing her thing. Playing a switch too, I guess. I think that's distracting enough, honestly, for Leroy Green.
There you go now. Hard elbow. Gangon responds. I don't think you want to play that game with Gangon.
Oh! Not. Oh! I'm glad we don't have fans in here now because I think his nipple just landed in the third row.
That offended me.
And that's saying a lot, Matt.
Oh! But the thing about Green is when you look at him, there's so much fight. When this kid fights back, an entire generation fights back with him, needs to throw hands, can't be afraid or intimidated by Anthony Gangone. Oh, don't let him do that to you.
And you talk about his generation, pin cover, only a 2 count there, but this generation, these millennials, always looking for safe spaces. There is not one in the combat zone, no matter what happens.
Well, you talk about that safe space and you want to kind of attack an entire group. To me, there is fight in Green, but I have to find out where is it. Can Gangon pull it out of him, and does Gangon want to pull fight out of Green? Do we want Green to change here? Do we want who the fighter is? And right now, there's your answer.
The fighter's Valentina. If you're going to have a manager, have one like that.
But will that be what it takes? Is that what is enough to raise the ire of the previously jovial Leroy Green?
Well, I don't know if it's going to raise his ire, but it's raising something in me, and that's a whole other story.
Now Green writhing on the floor. Referee starts his count.
And look at Gangon, calm, relaxed, not rushing like these kids, this Nintendo generation, this MTV generation. I know I sound old, but I am, and I don't care.
You said Nintendo and MTV.
I did. That's how old I am.
Does neither. Gangon pulls his opponent back in, away from the ropes, leg hooked. But no, you can see that Green had his hands pressed on Gangon's shoulders. It tells me that they're still fighting Green.
Definitely fighting. I want to point out the switch is made by Nintendo, so I'm only half wrong.
Okay, fine. Scoop up for the suplex, shift of weight. Gangon maintains cover of the head until he rolls through, clasps the hand and gets a 2 count. Now these 2 counts may seem rudimentary and elementary, but they are offensive maneuvers. You force your opponent to push your body weight off of you. Gangon is so smart.
Oh, I couldn't agree more. Oh, and he's got the switch. And the referee's not doing anything about it. I guess, like you said, it's not a foreign object.
Psychologically, what does this do to Green?
Oh.
There you see how much it means. And it's almost when the switches is in Green's hands, I can't use the proper terminology here, that the Green gets going.
Whoa.
Oh, can't power up there as he switches hands there. Keeps the switch, Northern Light suplex, shoulders are down, ref in position, but not enough.
But you're right, you know, as much as I make fun of Leroy Green, it's like Samson with his hair or Popeye with his spinach. Whenever he has this in his hand, you can definitely see the power flowing through him.
There you go. The
Bible
and cartoons on fight.
Why not? I'm a man of multi-talents, so find that out.
Oh! And it had to happen. It had to happen. But what does this do to Green? What does this do to his psyche? What does it do to the fighter that's in him? Is there a switch inside of Leroy Green? Is there a place where he can become an angry young man?
I think the answer is yes. Leroy Green now just went a flurry, but Anthony Gangone, whoa!
Here we go now. Leroy Green slips through, keeps control of the head. Neck breaker there, and Green just getting going now. Has the back exposed. What does he choose to do?
And here's where this young kid is going to find himself in trouble. The Arukin actually working. I can't believe I've actually said this on a wrestling show.
No, Gangon pushing off the head, getting his shoulders off the mat. It'll take more than that to beat this crafty villain.
Absolutely, and Anthony Gangone actually needs to start taking Leroy Green seriously. You know, I have to agree with you. The second that switch got broken was the second that Leroy Green came to life. And that right now...
Ooh, hard palm strike there. You know, throughout the night, we will continue to discuss the greats that came through these halls, the names that have passed through, the sweat that is in the soil that is CZW. But this, my friend, right here, are the flowers of the garden. I don't want to sound too, oh gosh, Striker, but that's what it is for me. I'm watching wrestling grow right before my eyes.
And what you're also watching is the dental appointment that this man's going to need once all this lockdown stuff is over, because he just lost 3 teeth.
Both fighters clasping upon the top rope, and it allows Green to hit a nice DDT on the top turnbuckle. Green takes advantage of his environment. Second DDT. Is it enough? Look what Gangone does, though. Rolls towards the ropes. Smart. Green pulls him back. No! Gangone shoves that head off.
Gangone, too wily of a veteran, refuses to lose. I'm going to tell you, just sheer willpower will keep Anthony Gangone from being pinned by a kid that carries a Nintendo Switch to the damn ring.
He's more than a kid that carries a toy to the ring. He's a fighter, and he has every opportunity that he needs. Can he take advantage of it? Powerbomb says no. Roll through. Gangone has something hooked here.
That's it. Gangone's got him. Leroy's got nowhere to go right now.
It looks like a variation on a neck crank, pushing up the chin, going into the chest there. Don't know if Gangone had it in its entirety, though.
Obviously didn't, as Leroy Green was able to escape. Oh! But right into a knee.
Mr. Wrestling number 2. Double underhook here by Gangone.
Oh!
It's got to be it. Has to be.
No! I can't believe that Leroy Green kicked out. I will admit, one time on Saturday Night Special, that I was impressed by Leroy Green.
I'll just say, if for nothing else.
If
transmission drops right now, knock wood, I now know who Leroy Green is, because man, oh man, is he showing me something.
Absolutely. He's changed from being the big game for playing a game to showing he is a game competitor, and I've got to say, he's earned my respect, which is hard to do.
High above here now, Gangone palm strikes, lowering the course of the body here. Gangone spun through, that was nicely done. A little slap in the face and a hard back buckle. Gangone on the move, all of his weight!
Oh. And Gangone with a knee just to the face. Anthony Gangone is not going to be shown up by a young man. Oh, God.
If this isn't it, then you almost have to wonder, do you stop the match? Here it is, cover. Is it enough? No! Now it begs the question.
This is a serious time. The referee needs to get in there and check on on Green to make sure this man is okay.
You got to give the ref credit there. He was deep, looking in the eyes. I see Green has his hand, as do you, on the bottom, on the middle rope, trying to pull himself up. Won't need to as Gangone comes in now and starts to change the momentum. Gangone capturing the arm. Going up, modification on Bernie Hammer. Slipped through there was Green. Green is longer and lankier. Perhaps that comes into play here. Continual Russ clutch here. Phil Atlas. Not enough. Look at Gangone. Look at Gangone.
That is the veteran right there. Gets himself out of the ring because he knows he's in trouble. You cannot be pinned on the outside of the ring.
I admire that he maintained wrist clutch, did Green, all the fundamentals, and you look for it in a young wrestler. When emotion gets in the way, do you lose sight of your fundamentals, or do you stay well disciplined?
I'll give him credit, he was disciplined, but nothing like Anthony Gangone. Made his way to the outside of the ring. Now Leroy Green has to lift that dead weight and try to put him back in the ring, which is actually exerting energy from him and letting Gangone rest.
Does just that there as Gangone's shoulders are flat. Did Gangone make a mistake? Green does not have enough of his body weight on there.
Wait, Valentina! Valentina puts the foot on the rope.
You saw Valentina lurching for the rope there, but it didn't really matter because Gangone's foot didn't reach it there. So either way, I think Gangone still has fight in this. I don't give so much of the heat, so to speak, the other way.
I don't know. I think Valentina can inspire me to do anything at any time. By the way, call me Valentina.
You really have a thing for her, huh?
I'm just saying.
How old is this girl?
27.
Oh my God. Wow, okay, back to the action here.
Whoa.
Waist lock. Oh, and look at Gangone. While we were distracted, so was the referee.
If the ref don't see it, it didn't happen. And here comes Valentina, making her money tonight. Go ahead, Valentina. Canadian Destroyer.
Boom! Followed up. Jumping pump kick by Gangon. Is this finally enough? Is this what it took? Is this what was needed to defeat Leroy Green? Good night.
Cover. And there he is, my man Gangon.
The fact that that is what it took, that sequence of events, all probably designed by that mind right there, Anthony Gangone. The fact is that's what it took to defeat Leroy Green. So in some way, Leroy Green comes out a winner. But now, let's get a little deeper into the mind that devised this and many other plans, Anthony Gangone.
Leroy, you think this is all fun and games? There ain't nothing fun about professional wrestling. You know, all of last year in CZW, I played the mind games. I backed down to people. And I'm not gonna do that anymore. Last show, I was punked out by Jimmy Rave. In 2020, I'm punked out by Jimmy Rave. Jimmy Rave, you're a veteran, and I met a lot of people like you. Yeah, you helped build that table all of us eat off of, but you, and many like you, you don't want to share that food on that table. Well, it's a new year for Anthony Gangone, and I'm finally listening to Valentina. I have a lot more to offer to CZW than playing the mind games. So Jimmy Rave and anybody like you, I'm gonna walk up to that table. I'm gonna rip you from that table. I'm gonna take whatever food I want, and then I'm gonna toss that table over so that everybody else has to eat off the floor like I've been eating off the floor for the past 8 years. And if you got a problem with that, I dare anyone to come do something about it.
Anthony Gangone is speaking to my generation. When he mentions a guy like Jimmy Rave, when you put Jimmy Rave's name in your mouth, you are starting to perhaps bite off a little more than you can chew. But we talked about the anger, the venom inside of Anthony Gangone. He listed it right there. And do you agree he has a point? He's had to eat off the floor for almost 10 years.
Absolutely, but I think it's now time to see Anthony Gangone take what he wants from this business and make everyone else eat off the floor. I'm with him.
I don't know, my friends. Jimmy Rave has been the king of the table for quite some time. Gangone better step with some respect.